we're here in El Paso, Texas, with Texas,
Southwest Texas Bullies.
and I want you guys to meet Saul Tercero. He's the owner of Blue Moose. Saul, nice meeting you.
Nice to meet you.
We see each other again.
Yes,
and
sir.
It's a pleasure for me to be here again and to know about you and your dogs and your family. I like your environment, you know, and first time I see your dog, he caught my eye and impressed me ever since.
Thank you.
His name is
Blue Moose.
Blue Moose. I saw that dog the first time on a bully show here in O'Hara Road, and he impressed me a lot. I like the bullies because they're so generous and they're so kind, and it's a breed that it gives to you a lot, you know, and they reunites families, friends, and overall they're good animals, and they're always been misjudged because of the aggressive behavior of pit bulls. But these are not pit bulls, these are bully dogs, American bullies. And even though they can be aggressive, but in their nature they're not. They're very pacific, they're very friendly. And this is one of those dogs. Saul, nice meeting you again. And how long have you had that dog with you?
I had Blue Moose, yeah. He's a year and going on 7 months.
7 months.
A year and 7 months. And I had him since he was about 3.5, got him about 12 weeks.
12 weeks. That's small, huh?
Yeah, that's small, and even as a puppy though, he wasn't
looked big.
yeah,
Yeah,
he
I
wasn't
know.
that small.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you that because he's a big dog. You know, he's about 120,
Yeah.
125 pounds. I mean, there's muscle, there's bone, there's thickness on that dog. And I bet when he was a little dog, he resembled what he is right now. You know?
So that's the story. A lot of people tell me, why moose, or why did you come up with the? So we wanted him to name him. His eyes look like crystal blue, like a crystal blue, like water. And we said, let's name him Blue. And it was ice blue or something that the kids were gonna. We took him to the vet, and down in then Anthony with Dr. Kincaid, and he looked at him, and he was probably about 14 weeks, and he said, "This is not a dog. This is a moose. This dog is growing." I told him how old he was, and he said, "No, this dog is older." I said, "No, look, here's all his certificates, all this stuff." And he said, "You know what? This dog's gonna be a moose."
Yeah.
So he said, "You know what? It's gonna be Blue Moose."
Yeah, and so that name stuck.
That
to
name
him.
stuck to him.
So Mr. Kincaid actually gave him that name, no?
Dr. Yeah, he
So
gave him
he was baptized by the veterinarian.
Yeah, but
Called Blue Moose.
Blue Moose.
And he's a moose. That's what, you know.
He's a moose.
Very impressive. He's a big dog. He's a charming dog, and I hope you guys could see him in person. And you might be able to see him in pictures or in a video. But let me tell you guys that in person, that dog is impressive. Videos and photos don't give him justice to what he really looks like. And overall, nice dog.
And like you said, Joe, I think a lot of when they see, a lot of people see him in pictures and photos, and when they see him in real life, they recognize him, but they don't recognize. But like you said originally, these dogs, they're not the dogs that, they're not the, especially the pit bulls from 15, 20 years ago. They're not game dogs anymore. These guys are loyal. They're family dogs.
They are.
You love on them, they'll love you back.
That's for sure.
People see them, they see a Blue Moose walking by with my daughter, and she's 7 years old, so he's bigger than she is. But walking down the street, and they're like, "Oh man!" But there's nothing but love.
Yeah, I'm an owner of 2 dogs, so 2 bullies, and they changed my life. I mean, they're loyal, they're friendly, they're always happy to see you.
Yeah.
And if you treat them right, they treat you back right.
That's right.
I have a good experience with that type of dog, and it's been a while since I owned any pit bulls, But once I saw those bully dogs, I got hooked, and I got me to them. And then when I see yours, man, I mean, it really freaked me out. And I go, can they really get that big? You know, they do get that big because I saw it with my own eyes.
That's right. We might have to make you 3 dogs instead of the 2, Joe. But yeah, they're a great breed.
Yeah, I know. And once you take care of them pretty good, you can tell right away by the way they look, the way they act. Their behavior.
Yeah.
So it's nice to see that people care about these animals. Well, because a lot of people judge them because of the aggressiveness of the breed, but this breed actually, it takes a lot of that aggressiveness off. And they're family dogs, they're perros niñeras, no?
Yeah.
They take care of the kids, they look after them. So it's nice to have some dogs like that you can rely on, and they'll take care of you.
Yeah, they
love
family.
you back. Yeah.
Like I was telling you earlier though too, so you can do some of the things that we do to make sure that since a puppy, you know what the dog's gonna be like. You see their characteristics, and all of our dogs. We have Blue, Shrimpy, we have Nova. We have a couple that we co-own. All of our puppies, they eat from the same bowl. We make sure we give them more than enough so that there's no food aggression. There's no. My kids go in there. They put the bowls down, and they start eating. They pick the bowls back up to make sure that they understand that we're providing for them. We don't. The dogs, they're no aggression towards each other, no aggression towards us. So you teach some of those things. So even the smallest dogs can be aggressive.
Yeah.
So from a puppy, we like to teach them manners. We like to make sure that so by the time they go to somebody's home, they know what's right and what's wrong.
Yeah, you gotta put some attention in these dogs, and teach them how to behave.
Right.
And they'll do whatever you tell them to do. Now these dogs, tell me, what's the experience you had with this kind of breed? You were telling me before that some of your family members own some. They have bulldogs.
Yep.
They have bullies, and you were telling me that you all guys are from Southwest Texas Bullies.
Southwest Texas
A family-oriented bully.
Yep.
So that's I think that's good because it brings family together, and you have more of togetherness,
Yep.
I bet you take your dogs to the show, and they'll probably you ask them to they can take theirs.
Yeah. We become it's a unity. So we started Southwest Texas Bullies about 2010.
That's about 8 years ago now.
Yeah, about 8 years ago. And when we started, I just had English Bulldogs and English Bulldogs and Pit Bulls, and then back in 2012 got my first bully, and we've been bully ever since. But yeah, when we first opened Southwest Texas Bullies, we wanted to make it just family, unite all of it. Have some brothers, some friends, and Southwest Texas Bullies is more than a kennel. It's just family.
Yeah,
we take care of each other. We get the kids involved. We like to see for the shows the junior handlers. We like to see them go out there.
Exactly.
And they study the dog. They learn their dog. And on the weekends, we're always together. We go to car shows. We go to football games, and the dogs are always with us. And it's just one Southwest Texas Bull. It's just one big family.
So you started it, right?
Yes, sir.
Started it almost 10 years ago. No?
Yeah.
And ever since, your families got involved, primos, relatives, that. So that's good. That's a good environment, Nowadays, where there's a lot of violence, going around, you can't believe that these type of dogs, they reunite families, and they live for a purpose. And once you have them at home, you notice that they get, attached to you. You get attached to them, and they become another family member. That's right. That's how I treat mine. They're not my dogs. They're the family dogs, and they're not just a dog. They're a member of the family.
A family.
So that's nice to hear because that's what we need now. on days where there's a lot of abuse for those dogs, you know, that they don't take care of them, they don't feed them, you know, they don't, and nice to see families that they do take care of
come
them.
together. And I think as long as of course you feed them, you clean them, you treat them part of the family, and in return you realize what they can do for your family. We have all three of my kids, they're involved in the process. It makes us come united together. We wake up every day, we go, we clean outside, we feed them, and without even knowing, we spend 3-4 hours together a day doing things for the dogs, but we're together.
Yeah.
And a lot of times families are not together like that anymore.
Exactly.
So when you sit and think about it, instead of thinking, we're going to clean outside, it's, hey, we're together, we're a family.
You guys getting involved.
That's right.
Quality time, you know,
That's
and
right.
when you do something for somebody else, I mean, it's hard to forget, you know, especially those moments when you spend with your kids, you know, which nowadays, you know, it's hard for kids to have a father, you know, or a role model.
Yeah.
But since you're a father and I'm a father, you know, we try to be the best role model we can be to them.
Yes, sir.
And share the time with them as much as we can.
Yes, sir.
Now tell me the background about Blue Moose. Where does he come from? What bloodline?
So I got lucky. There's a kennel out there, Crown King Bullies.
Crown King.
And they have a program in Atlanta, Georgia, and they have a program in Chicago.
Right.
And they basically, the top-notch XL bullies, XXL, come from there. And so Blue Moose's blood stems back from El Jefe, royal bloodlines, terroristic threat, which he passed last year, but one of the biggest bullies I've ever seen. Naomi Campbell, King James, Head Honcho, King Lion. I mean, some of the biggest dogs that from the past, all packed up into one. And so recently we just had this breeding. Pups are 5 weeks. Next week will be 6 weeks, and what we wanted to do is get that bloodline that comes from Blue, the old, just thick bone, solid muscle mass,
exactly.
and bring it in with one of my females, Nova, and she brings that structure. She brings that show quality, just specimen that you want to see. We wanted to mix those two and see what they came out, and we'll give you a sneak peek at those pups.
Well, I've seen those pups, and believe me, I'm amazed of the size of them, and they look. I mean, you cannot put a price on those little puppies because they're pretty amazing.
Yeah.
Whoever gets one, I think he's gonna be the luckiest guy because it's a nice dog. He comes from a nice background. And he's dead. I mean, that's just to see he's dead. That says it all, you know.
Yeah.
But the mom, it's real nice female dog. I seen her and she threw out a real nice litter.
Real nice litter, yeah.
How many dogs were they?
So this is only her second litter, and that's it. Our purpose was only 2 litters out of her, and she's out of Grand Champion Primetime. So he was a mascot for Bully Magazine, Badass Bully TV, and I think one of Nova's brothers was Grand Champion Optimus. And he was one of the youngest to Grand Champion out. So her bloodlines, top and bottom, she has Grand Champion Primetime. So she comes from beautiful bloodlines. We've taken her out to a couple of shows, and she'll hold her own. She's won a couple of first places, some best females, and so we're hoping that this litter does really good. And we want to make sure those pups, they continue with what we honor here in our program. We want to see them out there at shows. We want to see them be family dogs and continue to grow the bully community.
I mean, what can I say? I mean, I've seen those puppies, and eventually that's what's gonna happen. They're gonna grow up and they're gonna make that blood's gonna be out there for a while, and you're gonna notice when you see that dog and you see that big dog, that big massiveness on that dog, that they produce. So
they do produce.
Nice to have. I mean, I believe so that it's everybody's wish to own a dog like that, you know, and to see Blue Moose, you know, producing this type of litter. It's nice, and it's happening here in El Paso.
In El Paso,
you know, the border side, you know. So.
That's one of the things in El Paso. We have some beautiful dogs here, and you know, some of the guys up there, you know, they have some awesome dogs, and I think that's the whole purpose. Is we have a lot of great big bully community here, and a lot of people don't know those dogs. They don't recognize their dogs, but
exactly.
But I know just at the bully nights that Top Rank Kennels we saw some beautiful dogs. I know at the end of this month we have the TSK Kennels are throwing their ABKC show.
Exactly.
There'll be some beautiful dogs out there.
Yeah, we will. We're gonna be there.
Yeah, and just so if you haven't seen Blue Moose, pictures and videos, it's hard to get everything into a picture or a video. If you want to see them, come to one of the shows. Thinking by then the pups, everything, they'll have their vaccinations. I might take one or two out there. That way you can see the pups. And what we believe in is the bone, the growth, the structure, the head, the neck size.
Yeah.
That's not something that's gonna come with. I mean, the food, the quality of food that you give it, the nutrition, it's gonna go a long way. But if you want the structure, that bone, that's just something that they're born with.
Yeah.
And when you see these pups and you see the bone, you see the paws, you see the neck, that's when you know it's how they're born. It's the genes, it's the pedigree that's in those dogs.
That's it.
We want to show the people what's here and what we have.
Yeah, exactly. And here in El Paso, especially here, there's a lot of people, a lot of owners that got dogs, and nice dogs. I've seen nice dogs at the shows. And they gotta bring them out, you know. I mean, it's about the dogs, not about us, you know. And they gotta show those dogs. Go to the shows that here in El Paso, in Las Cruces, they're fixing to throw up a show over there
in December.
In December with what's his name?
Is the USBR?
USBR,
They'll be having December, sometime December 3rd or something. We've been having some pretty good Charlies. Maybe like 5 shows a year.
Yeah.
And hopefully that's growing. I know when Eric from Top Rank Kennels, when he had this ABKC down here, it was the first night show.
Yeah.
At the end, he had some fireworks, just trying to unite families. He had jumping balloons out there.
Yeah, I've seen that.
He had vendors. So just more than just making it about dogs, everybody's goal just to bring that attention here. And you go to Vegas, you go to Oklahoma, they have these huge shows. And when we have people like that are marketing for us to have shows here, it just makes it that bigger because El Paso gets that light on us.
Yeah, exactly.
For having those dogs.
Yeah. And eventually these shows that are coming out, they're getting better and better every time. Like that one I saw in Las Cruces, Battle of the Bulls. I was amazed by the organization, and everything was prepared by these guys, and impressed me. And I know that the third show, which is in December, it's gonna be an amazing show too. Justin Ray, that's his name.
Justin.
Him and his partner done a pretty good done pretty good deal with those shows.
They sure
I think they do pretty good.
They have.
Over here in Rica G, I think he's gonna do great too, because he's been around for a while.
Oh yeah.
And he knows what he's doing.
I know his boy just championed out. His boy Chuco. He has Little G. There's a lot of dogs here that I mean they're fire. I know Orlando and Lucy Silva.
Yeah.
We've used their boy Charlemagne. He's an incredible dog.
Yeah, amazing.
Yeah. So
I like that color of that dog, Charlemagne, and his eyes, man, they pop out pretty nice.
One thing that I loved about it too is that you guys will see Blue. You guys will see his size, his mass. Just like Charlie, you see his mass on him. But overall, it's a dog that you can throw the ball down the street, they'll run to go get it.
Exactly.
They don't overheat. They're just big, beautiful dogs that they can move, they can run, they're healthy. And
they're
that's what-
healthy
yeah.
dogs. Yeah, my daughter loved that dog. Dad, is a Charlemagne. It's a good looking dog.
It
And
is
I go,
beautiful
I'm
dog.
telling you, he is.
Yeah, beautiful. And then there's a lot more. There's a lot more dogs just like that.
Yeah, and I want to bring him out. That's the purpose of this interview, Saul. Is to let the guys out there know that we need to advertise our dogs. You know, bring them out.
Yeah.
Let guys out there what kind of dogs we got here, so we can promote ourselves on video, on pictures, you know, and stuff like that. You know, some people say, hey, how come you don't charge for the pictures? And I go, because it's not about me, it's about the dogs. You know,
Yeah.
if they get published and they get seen on the internet and they see their pictures and their videos, you know, that's good enough for me.
That's
you know,
good,
they're gonna be promoting themselves. You know,
That's right. If you guys haven't seen those pictures, if you guys do, I mean, incredible pictures when he came out here, and it's some good stuff, guys.
Thank you, and it's all about the dogs, like I say. You know, I mean, you know, it's been a while for me. You know, I was out of the dog deal for about 18 years, 15 years. You know, I didn't mess with any pit bulls or nothing until I seen one of those bullies. You know, and I go, man, I gotta have one of those.
Yeah, and it looks
I got
like
hooked.
a good job with theirs. I know you're talking about their program, the nutrition, everything that they're doing, and
They're
real good.
It's about nice dogs and,
That's right.
and well
Making part of
taken
the
care of,
family,
you know,
yes, sir.
and enjoying them, you know. We go out and I'll take them in the truck and they claim, hey, you know, they look mean, you know, they look, and I go, well, it's not the way they look. It's
Yeah.
the way they, I mean, they
The way
look
they
like
act,
that.
the temperament, yeah.
But you can pet them and
Yeah.
you can even give them a kiss if you want to.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
that dog won't do any harm.
All right.
So that's basically what we want to bring out, you know, on
That's right.
on this bully community here
That's
in El
right.
Paso, you know. And I believe one of your dogs, your dog, I mean, it's an amazing dog, you know,
Thanks.
there's no doubt about it. I mean, if people could see him in person, you know, they would agree with me.
Really? Yeah.
You know, even though in pictures he looks nice and big, you know.
Real life
once you
is a
see
real deal, yeah.
híjole, you know, and I get excited because it's rare to see well taken care of, you know, dogs nowadays, you know. And there's a lot of dogs out there. There's a lot of bullies, but people who take care of them pretty good, you can tell right
Yeah.
away by the way that dog looks.
And the way they look, the way they act. Well, so we can want to take a little break and we'll bring them out here and show
Yeah,
them. So
sure. Bueno, lo prometido es deuda. Aquí tenemos al gran BLUEMOSSE. Saúl, ¿qué tanta comida le das a este animal para que se ponga de este tamaño?
No,
Miren
no, it's
nomás,
just,
este es un perro impresionante. Déjeme decirle que las piernas, el hueso, la cabeza, el cuerpo, es un perro impressive. So,
and if you see it, look, this is what he wants. He wants to be a lap dog.
Mira, no quiere ver el perro, quiere ver la fotografía. He wants to know who is that guy over there. Mira. So, how old is he, Saul?
He's a year and 6 months, going on a year and 7 months.
So he's still a young boy.
Oh yeah, he's still a puppy. He acts like a puppy. He it's just attention, food, and sleep. And we feed them twice a day. We make sure we give them good quality, high protein food. But we feed him twice a day, and really it's just his genes.
Yeah.
It's his genes that make him look so big.
Yeah, he is. I mean, he's an amazing dog, and he's a baby.
Yeah.
He's a baby of the family, probably,
yeah.
no?
And this is all he likes right here. He likes to just
Boy,
be with the family.
He looks amazing. I mean, don't get me wrong. There's a lot of big dogs out there. I've seen big dogs.
Yeah.
You know, even bigger than these.
Yeah.
But one like so compact, you know, the size of the bone.
Yeah.
I mean, the size is perfect. Not too big,
Yeah.
but not too short.
Not too short, yeah. And if you look at his head, look at my head, look at his father, I'm 250 pounds, so he just lets you know he has mass to him.
He does. He definitely does. I mean, he's an amazing dog. First time I saw him, I said, you know what? That's a good dog. That's a nice dog, and I'm not wrong. I wish you guys could see him in person, so you can appreciate the type of animal, and you can tell that this is an animal that's being taken care of well, and he gets all the attention. So nice to see dogs with families that they're united, and they take care of their animals. Nowadays, so many problems at home that they don't even have time to take care of their animals. But when you see a family that's united and they all work together, you can see the resemblance on the dogs. They can tell that they've been well taken care of, and they're happy, and they're sheepless like the kids. So it's nice to see that. It's nice to see that there's families out there who really love their animals, and this is one of them.
That's right.
The Familia Tercero I can vouch for them that they take care of their litters and their animals, and you should see the litters of these amazing dogs. And we're gonna try to get them, 3 at a time, so you can guys check out and find out the quality of the dogs that these guys produce. It's him and Nova.
Yeah.
They created an amazing litter, and you guys gonna see him in a minute. So,
and if you want to see him in real life, come to the show in October.
There you go.
Yeah.
He'd be out there.
That's right.
Showing off.
That's right. We also have Southwest Texas Bullies, Instagram, Facebook. You have questions. I know I have a lot of people that call me, and sometimes it's to buy a dog, sometimes it's to come and see Blue, sometimes it's just they need help with their setup. They want to know what type of food, if their dog has something, how to get rid of it, or I'm open to help. It's one big community, and always willing to help people out. So if you want to reach me, Southwest Texas Bullies on Facebook or Instagram.
All right, guys. Well, you know what? Let's see that later, so you guys can appreciate the type of animals that this cheaplet right here. He already took my seat, so he knows he knows play. So,
all right.
Guys, see you in a minute.
See you in a bit.
So, guys, we're back. We're gonna show you the litter of Blue Moose and Nova. These two pups, male, female.
Both of these right here are females actually.
Okay.
And like I said, they're 5 weeks.
Yeah.
But they don't look and they don't feel 5 weeks. But
no, they look big. Definitely, they look big. I mean, for a female dog.
Yeah.
I mean, they're big. I mean, I've seen females. They don't get as big as, but now I believe.
Yeah.
I believe.
And this is
They're
like
nice.
I said, especially with their color, they look like brown little bears.
Yeah, they do. They do look like
The
brown
size.
little bears.
And like I said, this is what you look for is the bone, the structure. It's not something that you're gonna get with food. It's just it's genetics. It's in the genes.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Nice dogs, man. Now we're talking about how many, Saul?
This litter was 7. This litter was 7. So these are 2 out of the 7. And
How many males? How many females?
there was 3 males and 4 females.
Wow.
4 females.
Not bad.
Not bad. Not
Very
bad at all.
balanced.
Yeah, balanced litter. They all came out with good their stats.
Yeah.
Their tails, no kinks, no just. With training, we work with them since they're little.
Yeah.
We like to give them individual time. We like to get their stats and everything ready. So when they go to their new homes, they're used to families putting their hands underneath them. They're used to getting ready to stack. They've had that interaction. They want that love and attention already.
That's true.
Well, these are 2, and then let us show you a couple more.
Another 2?
So that way you can see.
Deja que los traiga él, ¿no?
Yeah.
Meanwhile, we keep talking. Well, we just seen 2 of the female dogs that Saul brought out, and if you wish to get one, get in contact with him. I mean, if you're willing to get a nice structured dog, with a nice background, don't hesitate. I mean, I can tell you that these dogs are prime. You know, they're nice, they're well built, they're well taken care of, and definitely you get your money's worth out of an animal. Just stop looking around, you know, and trying to get lucky. Just get something that's already proven that it's a nice dog and you do well. Oh my God, look at this guy.
So this here right here is another one of the females. And you look at her, it's just, I mean, it's incredible. Her size, her demeanor. He's just.
Yeah, look at the structure. Look at those feet.
Yeah.
Look at those feet.
And this little guy here, he's actually he's already been named by one of the buyers, and so I'll let the owner announce him later. But this is the color on him, the structure, his head. And for being one of the little guys, I mean, he's just.
And there's nothing little about that guy.
Yeah,
let me tell you. I mean, he might be little against that, but I mean, he's no little dog. You know?
Yeah, I've had a couple of litters, and probably by the time they're maybe like 8 weeks, they'll look this size. But I mean, like these dogs, there's just for being 5 weeks, you don't find dogs like that.
Exactly.
And so like Joe was saying, you know, sometimes we try to get lucky and just if you see a style of dog that you want, go out and get what you want. So that way you're not hoping to see if you're gonna get lucky. You just you get what you want.
I mean, you can go wrong with these. Just what you see is what you're gonna get.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Bring the males, the blue with white male, and cowgirl.
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 Oh, wow.
Yeah, this female that they're gonna bring. She's huge. She's massive. I love her stance.
Yeah.
She has the bow in her chest already when she sits.
My God.
She has that playful growl already, and she has that dominance, and so we named her Cowgirl.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah. That's a good name. I mean, you find odd names for the dogs.
For dogs, yeah.
Eventually, like Blue Moose, it comes by itself. Nobody named it. I mean, it just came at the right moment.
That's right. Oh, this little guy here, I don't know. To me, he looks like a Blue Moose Junior. Has that color, those blue eyes.
Yeah.
And if you see the
right here.
Yeah, it's just looks like a junior. This here right here is a cowgirl. You look at that neck that
goes on her. Yes. Big neck, big paws.
They're holding up their heads.
Oh my God.
Like I said, they don't look like five-week-old pups.
No, they don't. Definitely no.
That's right.
I mean, you want to get a nice quality dog. Get in contact with him, and you get a good dog. You get a good dog, you get your money's worth, and you'll be a very lucky guy.
You'd be helpful. They come. What we do here in our program, like we said, we integrate the puppies. They all eat together. We make sure we give them more than enough to eat. That way, there's no dog aggression. There's no food aggression. We deworm them at 3 weeks. Again at 6 weeks, and then right before they go to their new homes at 8 weeks, we deworm them again. We give them their first vaccine at 6 weeks, and then another booster at 8 weeks, just to promote just that health, the well-being of the dogs. We like to make sure when they leave here, they leave healthy and they're set up ready. You can take them to a show. You can start taking them to the parks. Right now, like before any, if they don't have their vaccines or whatever, you want to minimize the exposure to the outside world. You don't want them to pick up any of that disease, or especially being so young. And then during the summer months, when like parvo and everything is so rampant, you want to make sure you minimize that. But when you get it from us, when they leave, they've already been dewormed. They have their shots, their vaccines, their boosters. They're eating on their own. They come with a little bit of their food to carry on what they've been eating, and you get yourself a show dog.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, there's no doubt about that, and I wish everybody could get a chance to get one of these dogs, and so you can have a quality dog in your program. I mean, definitely you already got a program going on, and everything specific is going on with each dog you have,
Right.
and they get their treatment, their vaccinations, and that's what it takes. You know, it takes a esfuerzo, you know, to get these guys going, and to make sure that everybody gets their medicine and their vacunas and all that, you know. And it's nice. I mean, it's nice because then you know that dog's gonna last for a long time.
And it's healthy,
And it's healthy, especially.
For sure. I know, as many of you kennel people can attest to it, but it's not cheap.
No,
It's
it's
definitely not cheap. You got to keep up with their food, their maintenance. It got to be something that you love.
Yeah.
You got to clean after them every day. You got to make sure they're healthy. Buy them the prime ingredients.
Exactly.
Even their shampoo. You know, we try to use some good shampoo. Make sure they don't break out with any hot spots, any rashes. You want to make sure that they're the healthiest they can be. And but we love what we do.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, there's a lot of people there that live by breeding dogs and selling them, but this is a totally different deal. We're talking about dogs that they're in the family, you know, they're like family members, and we treat them totally different. You know, we don't see a dollar sign, even though they cost a lot. I mean, to maintain one of these dogs, if you're not ready, I advise you not to get one. But if you're ready, I mean, you can't go wrong. You get one of these dogs, and then you have a quality show dog that you're gonna enjoy, you know, and that's the main part, you know. But it takes time, you know. They take time to take care of him, to wash him, to feed him, to bathe him, and it's not an easy task, you know. I mean, once you come from work and you're tired, I mean, you gotta do it no matter what. So
That's right.
It takes dedication, and definitely it shows in the dogs, you know, once they were brought out, and you can see, you know, the way they look, you can tell that they're well taken care of. So this is an amazing family, which they're all involved. You know, that's what gets me more. If everybody would think that way and know that these dogs bring family together, would be something that people would appreciate. Nowadays, we got so much, you know, madness going on and all kinds of problems. So these dogs bring family together. I know that, he knows that.
Definitely.
And that's what we're in for, you know, because we love this type of breed. We're gonna get some more of them.
Yeah, we'll bring you what is that, 6? I think there's one more for us to see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tell them to bring it out so
We can see.
everybody can see it. And we definitely will be ending this interview.
Cowboy.
This is not the last interview we're gonna do. Eventually we're gonna do more with him and his dogs. You know, we're gonna give him a little time and then let them grow, and then we do a background on them, and we see how they're doing and how they turn out. And I know they will turn out pretty nice, but we want to see that. So
Definitely.
this is Southwest Texas Bullies. Remember that.
That's right.
It's a place where they take care of their dogs.
This is the
Híjole.
last one. This is the
Oh my God.
we call him Cowboy. This little bear cub here. You saw him out in the forest, you'd think he'd be a bear, but see the size of his neck.
Yeah, I know. I can
See the size
that.
of his head.
Yeah. Oh my God! Turn him around so people can see. Híjole, he's amazing.
There he is right there. And if you see them, this is how this is how they are all day. They have Blue Moose's demeanor. They're not criers. They're not. As long as they're fed, they're happy, and that's all they worry about. We free feed them, so they have access to food and their milk and their protein, so their diet is consistent. And you see, you got big healthy pups that are ready to go to homes. So you want one? We'll be ready in 3 weeks. At 8 weeks, they'll be ready to go. They're ABKC registered. I have their certificates already on hand.
Wow.
So all you got to do is choose a name, register them, and hopefully I want them to go to families that are gonna bring them out, bring them to shows. We have families that one's going to Oklahoma, some other ones have gone to California, multiple places in Albuquerque, Los Lunas, Las Cruces, and those people become part of Southwest Texas Bullies.
Exactly.
They treat them like family, and that's what you want to see.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you guys get in touch with him, trying to get one of these dogs. I mean, you won't go wrong. You get first quality dog. I mean, you can't go wrong with this breed. Now, so you being a father, how many kids do you have?
There's 3 in this house.
3 in this house.
3 in this house.
Okay.
3 total.
3 total. Okay. And
everybody's involved. Everybody has
involved. Exactly. I was gonna ask you that.
Definitely different responsibilities.
Yeah.
They all know it's we work on routine. We get up, and as soon as they get up, everybody has a different task, and it really does bring family together.
I can tell that because the way this big guy comes in, he gets on it right away.
Right away.
He didn't ask, can I do that? Or he just went right on it, and that shows that you guys are very united.
It definitely shows. Even with my younger kids, the responsibility, they fall in love with. It's easy to fall in love with a puppy. Mm-hmm. Everybody loves puppies, but once that puppy becomes a little bit bigger, mm-hmm. and you lose that. Some people lose that lust for their, it's a puppy, but it shows them responsibility.
Yeah, exactly.
They're caring for a life. It becomes their friend. It becomes like a brother to them, and so they wake up, they feed them. Their chores revolve around the dogs to make sure everything is clean and fed, and everybody's looking healthy, and
exactly.
It's really unites the family.
Well, we've been talking about dogs, since we got in, and probably that's all we're gonna do. But we love this type of breed, and we just want everybody out there to know that there's a way to take care of them, and there's a responsibility, and if the whole family gets together, it unites a family.
That's right.
And nowadays, families is coming apart, and it's sad, but I'm glad to see that families like you, your wife, you and your daughter and sons, they're all working together. So that's what it's all about.
That's right.
And I'm glad for you, and you're an example for a lot of people out there that have to raise a family, have to be successful.
Thank you. And it would definitely be. There's times where I've had to go out of town, or I've had to do something, and I get back, and my wife and kids, it's like I never even left.
Yeah.
So it's just it's an attribute that it builds family, it unites them, and you have that common goal, and you share that common love for.
Yeah, exactly. It's always joyful to me to see this stuff. My background wasn't so lucky, but I don't complain.
That's right.
I'm happy where I am right now, and I'm happy to see families like you. They're all united and coming alive. Going on with their lives, keep working together.
Yeah.
And I enjoy seeing that very much, especially right here. Saul, it's been a pleasure.
Thank you. Likewise.
To seeing Blue Moose, seeing you guys, how you guys all work together. Hope we'll do another interview when the dogs are bigger. That way we follow up how they're doing, if we can,
Yes, sir.
Because some of them are going out of town, but if the ones that stay here, if we can follow up on them, we will be able to take a video or picture of it and show them what kind of dogs Mr. Blue Moose and Nova
put out there. That's right.
Which they're amazing, and what can you say? They saw it on video, so I'm not lying.
Live, local here in El Paso, and I said I got lucky to get these good quality dogs, and it took me a long time searching, a lot of homework. The truth is, I'll tell you, I did a lot of homework, I did a lot of searching, and I got what I wanted. I had to pay for what I wanted, but I have what I wanted, and now I know what my program is.
Exactly.
It's solid. And I said I'm not the only one with beautiful dogs in El Paso. There's tons of people. I can name tons right off the top of my head, and I'm sure they'll be there in October. And those of you who haven't brought out your dogs, bring them out, show what El Paso has to offer. I know a lot of us go out of town, or we search in other states for studs, and the truth is that we have plenty of beautiful studs here in El Paso.
Exactly. So we just don't see them out there, you know.
That's right.
But they're here.
That's right.
They're here, and they're in the surrounding areas, you know. And I've seen beautiful dogs, you know. And this is definitely one of them. One of my favorites. BLUEMOSSE is one of my favorites. If you guys out there want to get exposed, you know, and show the quality of dogs you have, get in contact with me, and I will give you a hand. Maybe we can do an interview with you guys, and to show out there to see what the Southwest community has to show off on this side of the borderland. We're in El Paso, Texas, so there's a lot of nice dogs out here, and we're definitely gonna show them slowly but surely. We're gonna show them. So thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
And we'll be seeing each other off and on. So I'm glad to be part of you. I'm glad to be your friend.
And not part of Southwest Texas. You know, one of our friends, family, and continue to add to the family.
And you know that Chuco Bully Media, anything you need, just let us know, and we'll give you a hand.
You guys want to see some amazing work? Check out his page. Check out his Facebook. Honestly, you guys, is top-notch work. Came out here, took some pictures, and I was just blown away by his work. Very detailed, very crisp. If you see, that's one of the examples, and it's even that shiny. It's still in the plastic, still in, and it's just so much detail, so much work.
Yeah.
And you can see his passion for bullies and for photography come out in his work. So
thank you.
We appreciate that.
Thank you guys, and see you next time on the next interview pretty soon.
All right, guys.
Thank you guys. Bye. Híjole, ahora sí. Sí, nos dejamos caer. Sí, qué suave.